All right, so next we're gonna be playing Wu Tings. I believe it's Alan Wu. Might be Ben Wu. Wu Tings on Magic Online. Beat me the other day playing this deck, and I saw they went 5-0, so I wanted to give it a run through to see how I liked it. You believe Alan is Nalkpas. I gotcha. 161's fine. I mean, it's also beef, so like technically like 130 is fine in the center. 135. But ground beef, I think you want to render the intramuscular fat. I guess it's not intramuscular if it's ground beef. You want to render the fat out of the ground beef as best you can, and you usually hit the melting mark around 145, 150, and then you just want the whole thing to be cooked through. Um, because ground beef just generally needs more cooking than regular cuts. All right, let me pull the shroom decker up. I gotta change it. All right, so we're here with this mono red aggro deck. We're going to be playing it through a league. I very much like the look of the deck. I feel like this build is pretty clean. The 1-drops of Kamano and the 2 prowess creatures, I think, is more than enough. The mana base of Den of the Bugbear, Raminap Ruins is excellent. The 4-play with fires and the 5th one with Wild Slash and then a couple spike fields that act as additional lands is nice. The big change here is playing Goblin Chain Whirler over Chandra Dressed to Kill. Now, with the resurgence of mono white aggro, I think Goblin Chain Whirler is in a really great position. So I do appreciate the addition of Goblin Chain Whirler to the main deck, and I wanted to give it a try because I think that's kind of the X factor between this build and previous builds. The light up the stages and skewer the critics are pretty decent. The skewers are worse than they could be. I might rather play more lightning strikes over them or something, since we're having a harder time casting them thanks to less copies of Chandra Dress to Kill. But overall, I still think that Skewer the Critics is pretty good. And when you're in a racing scenario, one man deal 3 to something is unparalleled. That's why Wizards Lightning is so good in the builds that do try to play the Wizards. Our sideboard is pretty built up to beat Rakdos. We got some Hazarats, which give them problems. A Chandra, Torch of Defiance. We have some Lava Coils to help out against things like Old Growth Troll. Burning Hands is great against the Mono Green deck because it can kill Cavalier of Thorns. We got 4 Running Volley, to help out against the Blue White Spirits, Mono Blue Spirits, and Mono White Aggro. And then 1 Red Cat Melee for the Mirror, and then 2 Unlicensed Hearths for Phoenix. That's the mono red deck. Let's play a league. Make sure I got my right deck. All right. What's up, Houseboat? Give me that medium rare meatloaf? No thanks, Walsh. Glad here, only wait. That was sarcasm? Oh, I see. Imagine going to the 30th anniversary of Magic the Gathering in Las Vegas with 5 million other people, all paying $350 just for the privilege of sitting in a room with 5,000 other sweaty dudes. Guess what? Everyone's going to get COVID. Big shocker. Everyone from Gen Con got COVID too. God damn, it's so brutal to go outside these days, man. It's people talking about the Magic 30 stuff because they just unlocked tickets, I think, or whatever. We would like to go first. Thank you, thank you. I mean, I'm gonna keep, but this could easily go south. If our Swiftspear dies, we're just maybe in trouble because our hand doesn't do shit afterwards. It's a fine goal to have, Salt, but honestly, there are some days where I don't think that that's good or necessary. You know, I hang out with a lot of people over the internet, and honestly, that lets me sit in my little bubble and stay away from them. So I'll take it. All right, let's attack. They're definitely not going to block. I'm going to light up looking for a land. Found 2 lands, perfect. And then we'll skewer this guy. Just gonna cast Bone Man because it's a huge thing to pressure planeswalkers. If they play a Karn or something, I want to be able to kill it. The Bone Crusher Stomp, after they play Elf and don't play an Elf on 2, it's unlikely to have like a good target. Here, if they go for Karn, it's just gonna die 100%. So like, I don't think that really matters too much. They one got Sky Sovereign. Okay, okay. All right, we're gonna go 1 to face, kill the Karn, play 2 Soul Scars. Doesn't matter. I can't bluff Lightning Strike now. Tap too much mana. Who cares? Here comes the Sky Sovereign. It's just gonna kill the baddie, and then we go Skewer, Skewer, attack for 1,000. Skewer, Skewer, attack for 1,000. Seems pretty good. Let's see. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So we put them to 1. I'll put them to 1. All right, this matchup, we want the Burning Hands and the Lava Coils. I think Eidolon can come out. They go above Eidolon pretty easily, and sometimes it punishes us. I like the spikes, the slashes, the play with fires. I like the elves. The Chandra can maybe go. Chandra gets outclassed pretty quick. Live the stage is also questionable, but I think it's fine. Question is, do we want Hazoret? And I think the answer is no. All right, we'll keep this hand. There's a good chance we go play with fire on 1 and then Soul Scar plus tap Spikefield on 2. Something like that. All right, Oath of Nissa. So we'll just leave the Soul Scar. We'll probably play Spikefield on 2, though, if they don't play an elf. We might have a shot later where we go kill the old girl troll with Spikefield plus Lightning Strike, though. So, all right, now we'll lead with Kamano. Kamano also makes it so the old girl troll is much worse, especially with Soul Scar, because we can shrink and dinks it. All right, I still think I'm going to go Soul Scar to get the buff, and then I think I'm going to play Spikefield here since the Kamano is going to transform next turn. All right, Wolf Willow into Troll. That's fine. Attack with both. Go the play with fire or the lightning strike. I thought they would block here, but I guess not. Kind of want to kill this to turn off a Nykthos next turn. Next turn, we'll just go... Excuse me? Excuse me? This fucking doesn't work together? Are you kidding me? I fucking hate how this card is templated. God damn it, dude. Frustrated. I'm not sure solely. I mean, plenty of decks can beat it. It doesn't win a bunch of tournaments, so I don't know. Dealer's choice, however you want to fight it. Stopping the Nykthos is certainly one way, but not every deck needs to. Some decks can just pressure all the creatures, pressure all the mana abilities. Some decks go way under it. I think our deck's actually favored in the matchup, but like I just had an unfortunate sequence here, you know? Like these two together just doesn't work against the troll because this is a replacement effect and this is just templated shittily. If they had blocked, it would have worked, but they didn't block, so it doesn't work. It's just dumb. All right, I think we're dead now. I did not die because it says dealt damage or something in Soul Scar's replacement effect. It's stupid. Stupid cards, yeah. I agree. They're dumb. I'm just gonna concede. Pretty close to conceding. No, it's exiled? Yeah, because it took combat damage. There, you win. Alright, game 3. Just leave it as is. I don't think the Hazarat's good enough because it just gets brick walled by the 5/6. I will keep and just hope I draw a creature on one. Mana is certainly fine though, because it does stop a lot of their stuff. Someone carroted. Card's randomly extremely good against me. Even though no one plays it anymore. I guess I start throwing burn at face. I don't know. This turns everything into lava coil though, so I don't need to necessarily lava coil the troll. I can maybe shrink it and then kill it or something. I don't know. Comes Kiora. Okay. Okay. I don't want a Burning Hands of Kiora. See what they hit. Forest. Elf. Okay. Problem is we're just too reactive, you know? We don't have any threats to punish them. We have all answers. Could Titan bluff Chain Boy? Yeah, could. Thought about it. Probably should have. That way it disguises it if I ever do actually have it. But I'm like a land and a chain whirler away from doing it, so I just didn't think it was that relevant. It is good to generate or to build better habits though in that scenario. Karn here, treasure vault. Okay. I'm just gonna try to burn them out, I guess. Don't need another Kamano. Kind of just want actual direct damage, more skewers, more lightning strikes. Oh, we don't have more lightning strikes. I guess we don't actually have a way out. We're gonna be too light on direct damage. We're gonna take this 5. We'll coil the old growth troll probably. We just don't have a whole lot else to do. I fucking bottomed that, man. What the shit? All right. Well, let's see if I'm gonna draw my deck at the end of the game, and if that's the 4th Kamano. So if there's another Kamano somewhere, I'd 100% hit bottom. We'll report a scribe bug, get our refund. 6, 7, 8, 9. What the fuck costs 9? Voracious Hydra. Okay. Very cool. So we're dead next turn. We have no outs. I'm gonna concede and draw my deck. All right. Let's see if it's the last card. I'm just really sick of drawing quads in the top like 10 cards or whatever, you know? It's gonna be the last card. I'm gonna feel like an idiot. But I say I'll do this all the time and I always forget, so. Alright, last card. Alright. We just had 4 of in the top 12 cards again. A classic story. Yeah, someone learned that the hard way in one of their coaching things they sent me, Squeegee. Maybe Boca Nation. Maybe. Way more likely is that um, you know, the shuffler just sucks. Pretty regularly and aggressively when I start a league, I have to mulligan my first hand because it's just a non-uniform distribution of things because it's random, but it's random in the same way that like hitting the shuffle button on Apprentice was random. Where like it would only shuffle the things together so much. I used to just spam it like hundreds of times or whatever just to get actual RNG. I don't know, man. I just think it's kind of sick to assume that the people who made this game 20 years ago were able to create an actual RNG random number generator. All right, sounds pretty good. The fact that I was like laughed at for so long when I was like calling top of the deck all the time, you know? And then like, I don't know. I feel like my brain just knows what's coming sometimes because of it's just seen all the patterns already. Like here's gonna be a chain whirler. Ah, damn. That would have been cool though, right? All right, we're gonna play. I should have played the Swiss Spear. I don't know why I didn't. Mistake. Misclick. Yeah, you're probably right, Dave. The fact that they admitted the scry bug was real though just blew me away when it happened, you know? See if they absorb this. I want to get in some extra damage, so we're doing it now so I can skewer as well if they let it resolve. I didn't want to just run Chandra into absorb. They're highly incentivized here to play Verdict. So we'll go Chandra Skewer after that and hope they don't have an answer to the Chandra. Oh no, I'll just light up the stage. Mountain Kamano, perfect. Get some extra pressure down, and it deals them a damage. Now, if they kill Chandra and I draw land, I can activate Den. If I draw a creature, it'll get buffed from the Kamano. If they don't deal with the Chandra, I think they're dead. Yeah, I mean it's amazing how just like a couple copies of Sylvan Carrot just change the whole dynamic of a matchup. You know, they play Carroted on 2 and like sometimes my deck just stops working, you know? Alright, so we're just gonna go Eidolon Skewer, not in that order. Boom, boom, boom. Bum, 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 na, 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 na. I wonder if I should have Eidolon first to punish them for Dovin Zito. It wasn't even on my brain. I just assumed they were going to Field to ruin me. All right. Portable hole it is. Now, I'll probably take up looking for a spell this turn if we don't draw anything to play. But I do like dealing the damage. All right, only 2 cards left in hand for them. They have the Den of the Bugbear in check. Let's exile the top card, see what we get. Could have any pressure here, would be nice. All right, let's go with Chain Whirler first. Definitely going to float. This is a weird play from them. They're like giving me a free mana here on this light up the stage. And they definitely don't have a 1 mana thing that stops this. This is very strange. Just giving me mana for light up the stage. All right, well, we got a lot of pressure points on them. So this could be pretty tough for them to get out of. If they have like main deck Dream Trawler, though, it could be bad for us. Not a whole lot of people play main deck Dream Trawler, though. Post sideboard is where you got to worry about that card most of the time. Don't know why. I mean, people make mistakes. People like F6 value. I don't know. Didn't think they would punish them. It definitely did. Hazaret and Chandra definitely coming in. This is a Wild Slash and Play with Fire come out type of matchup. I don't think I want the Hearse. I think Hearse is okay, not great. I mean, that's fair Sponge Day, but they can, I don't know. What's up, Apex? How's it going, baby? Pretty good. How about you? Well, I just ate lunch. I'm playing some Pioneer, and I'm not getting my butt kicked too bad. So overall, pretty good day. Also got some good news in another front that I can't talk about right now. Hopefully, ends up panning out. How does Red deal with Dream Trawler? It doesn't. That's why Dream Trawler is good. No one can beat Dream Trawler. The matchups where you side in Dream Trawler, it is a knockout, and there's nothing to be done about it. I'm gonna upkeep Play with Fire, I think, so I can light up the stage and scry because my hand's kind of booty cheeks. All right, let's do it up. All right, next time we'll go Mountain Chain Whirler. There are some cards in this life, Moldog, that were printed as such that you cannot beat them, and Dream Trawler is one of them. It's really frustrating to play against cards like Dream Trawler because it's obviously not bannable, but like it just creates extremely unfun games. You know, the same is true for Hullbreaker Horror. Like I've literally just never seen a game progress past Hullbreaker Horror or whatever. You know, like people cast Hullbreaker Horror and then the other person concedes almost every time. Like there's just nothing you can do about it. It's just such a kick in the ass. Yeah, you got to try to kill the opponent before it matters, but that's very difficult to do. Oh no! Oh no! Don't minus, bro. Don't minus, bro. Don't minus, bro. I mean, I think it's possible that Etherling is was more dominant than Hullbreaker Horror, but that's because no one gives a shit about standard these days, you know? Like, I feel like once they ban Alan's Epiphany, Hullbreaker Horror just has to be the card that they go for. You miss Etherling? Yeah. At least Etherling took like 3 turns to kill, and you could race it with things with evasion. Let's go top, I guess. It's a spell. They could have shuffled it away. Interesting. I guess they just want me to draw it. Who remembers how dominant Morphling was? I did not play when Morphling was dominant. I'm going to go ahead and Lightning Strike. That way if I draw Hazard, I can do it. Should not have played the Ramming Nap because it gives a target for their other Field of Ruin. I am going to Soakins on and start attacking. This gets underneath Absorb, but if they have other things, this could be... I mean, this is better than nothing, right? It doesn't get countered. It attacks now. It creates 2 bodies. The Soakins on is definitely good here. Yeah, I also remember Oath Dex playing as a finisher, but I don't think that that's what they mean. Like, it was a much different situation back then. Much different deck. I never played it in standard or whatever. But that standard was kind of fucked up, right? Alright, I'm just going to attack. I'm not going to skewer until I have something good to play. That way I don't just run it straight into Absorb and get -6 damaged. Here comes the Dream Trawler. Cool. Very cool card. Alright, this hand's pretty good. We're going to lead with Soul Scar and then do Swift Spear attack for 3. We're just going to try to overwhelm them. And then the turn after we'll play with fire and maybe play another burn spell. One blue mana is not going to do it. Alright. This should be a good enough draw to kill them. Still same about 8 mana Ugin? Yeah, 8 mana Ugin was also pretty dominant in standard. It was very good. It wasn't dominant in the second standard, honestly, even though I thought it was going to be. Yeah, cool card, bro. Great job. You win. Congrats on all the money. See if they veto this. Bottom of the ramming nap. I'm gonna light it up. See if they want to censor. Then we'll go skewer attack, and I think they're dead. If they veto this, they're dead to the skewer. It's kind of fucking crazy. They're just dead on turn 3. You seen a turn 3 kill in this format before, chat? That'll do it. That was pretty disgusting, actually. Imagine dying on turn 3. Holy shit. Red's playing in action? Yeah. I don't even know what to say. Is that good? I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. Nice censor, bro. Yeah. You got jebaited. How does that make you feel? It makes you feel worse about Pioneer. Turn 3 kills are fucked up. Turn 3 kills are fucked up. I mean, Greasefang in general is just a card that's not that fun to play against. That's true. It's just very polarizing. Cards that are very polarizing are not very fun. The whole point of game pieces is to generate dynamic gameplay. Cards like Dream Trawler do not promote dynamic gameplay. They promote very linear gameplay. But I am also playing a linear deck, you know, low to the ground, mono 1-drops, burn spells, etc. So like, you know, that's why I'm not salty about Dream Trawler. I'm just like, look, it's a tool that wins them the game when they cast it at 6 mana. Can they get to 6 mana before they die? That's a different story. I'm on the play. I got 3 Prowse creatures. You're probably dead. Prowse creatures are kind of broken. Makes me wonder if Blitzcrank Weird is good. About to say, let's cut Eidolon for 4 weird. Maybe. I might cut Eidolon in general. I think Eidolon's kind of bad. But Blitzcrank Weird does seem like it could be great. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's polarizing gameplay. Like, you either have the answer or you don't. There's very little back and forth. That's why combo decks are so, like, universally hated, I think, along, like, your average Magic player. It just makes the games about something different than they're used to. And when you make a game about something different than you're used to, it often invalidates many of your tools. And it also just shrinks the amount of cards or even time you can play the game with your opponent, as opposed to just one person kind of playing solitaire. People hate mono red for similar reasons. People hate control for other reasons, right? They're just very polarizing strategies where they just try to do one thing and they do it very well. And if they do their thing, then the game's not very fun for you. But there's a lot of Magic decks like that, so it's hard to say one way or another. All right, well, Q's are taking a minute. I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. People hate mono red. You would be fucking. I guess you would be surprised, but I didn't think that was a very surprising thing. People who play control decks hate mono red. Absolutely despise it. Because they die on turn 3 or 4. Got 1,100 people in the fucking league chat. Remember back in January when we had 300? Under 300. I think we had 250. And then after we started streaming, after about a month, it went up to 350. And then a month after that, it was 450. And then when they announced the fucking RCQs and stuff, big time. Yo, Transmaniac, thanks for the follow. 900 mono greens? Yeah, maybe tap your mana. They were Mana Traders was out of cards yesterday. Yeah, Greeny T, I remember. I think it's because we lost round 1. I think when you lose round 1, they try to give you opponents with a weaker record. But if people are queuing and don't have like an early loss, I think sometimes they just make it take a while, you know. I don't mind leaning into the Prowess plan with the Weirds Seeker. I don't like Eidolon very much, so I think cutting it is fine. The Chain Whirlers have felt good though. I don't think Crash Through is where you want to be in this deck. I think you'd much rather just play another burn spell. I think you can just load up on like Lightning Strikes or something and be fine. I would treat this more of like a burn deck than a Prowess deck and just use those 1-mana creatures to leverage your burn spells into extra damage. I don't like the Crash Through stuff. You know? At least that's my 2 cents. But I do think you can cut or sideboard Eidolon. All right, this hand's great. Put us on 6. Reprint Kiln Fiend. I don't even know that it would be playable. It might be though. Ooh, Goldfish matchup. We have a really good Goldfish hand, so let me try to figure out what's the best way to do it. I think it's triple creature. Start with Kumano, and then go Swiss Spear into Soulscar, and then the turn after we go apeshit. No Grazer, please. Grazer is GG. Grazer is like plus 20 life. Scrying for Lotus is okay. I think we're going to be a little awkward here. I think we're not. I don't know if we're going to die next turn. And we might be able to kill them the turn after that. I'm going to lie to the stage here, looking for something to do next turn. But I think if we don't die this turn, we're fine. Soulscar Skewer. Okay. Attack plus double Skewer is good enough next turn. But they can go land a copy, you know, float, cycle, untap, and then untap both. It's a hard sequence to have everything, but the fact that they didn't play much else on turn 3 means that they could have it, you know. They might have wanted to float to do it next turn, but... Alright, so here comes an untap. And then a copy, and then maybe another untap. Pour over the pages, that's fine. If they're not generating mana off pour over the pages, it's usually not so bad. Because now they need another untap to be able to copy, and then another untap to be able to combo. I say kill my guy. And they're going to copy. All right. That should be good. So skewer from here. Game's lagging a little. Opponent's conceding. My main deck, Chain Rollers can probably go. Bone Man's consideration to go. None of the removal is good, and that's most of our sideboard. The hearse is mediocre at best. So it might just be nothing. Might be a no changes scenario. The planeswalkers aren't great, like the Chandras. The Hedgerows costing 4 means that they can just get stuck in my hand sometimes. I'm just gonna goldfish them. Just see if they can beat my main deck. They're not gonna sideboard too much either. They have like a wish sideboard mostly. They have some angers that we have to be aware of, or maybe Path of Peril, one of the two. We'll keep this one. I'm gonna go Soulscar first because I want to trigger the prowess as well as the light of the stage. And the +1/+1 counter doesn't matter that much. It gives me an extra turn to draw a creature either off the light of the stage as well. If I go Kumano first, my turn 2 is rather weak. No changes. That's right, Broadside. You get it. I think I still just Soulscar because we have the burn spells to turn on light of the stage next turn. All right, float 2. Here comes Lotus Field more than likely, followed by maybe an untap and an Anger of the Gods. I hope that that's not what happens. Tail's End. Ooh, I like it. All right, so let's start with the play with fire. I don't think I want that. Looking for more burn spells. I just want to do more damage this turn too. Spikefield wasn't quite lethal. Next turn, Kumano, Swiftspear, Spikefield is lethal. So even if they wrath us, we're okay, but if they kill us, we're dead. If they kill us, we're dead. I did my best. Turn 4 kill. Turn 4 goldfish kills. About all you can do. Light of the Sage was turned on by Kumano, right? Yeah, but I wanted to get another creature into play. So I could do more prowess damage, because I could easily turn on Light of the Sage on the following turn. I was saying that I didn't want to sequence Kumano first just to put a counter on Soulscar, because it would not be triggered on turn 2, and I would just be forced to play like a play with fire or something. Exactly, Greeny Tea. The thing I like here is that we actually can win through an Anger of the Gods if they sided it in, or one of those sweepers. That's the big deal, right? We can't ever stop this combo once they get going, and so it's just do you have it or not? I don't love the idea of Tail's End in the deck. You don't really need to keep those other 2 lands around. They don't really do anything. You know? Prowess such a great mechanic. It's very cool. I like Prowess a lot. I like being rewarded for casting things, and I like playing creatures that create like a pivot point on the game that allow you to spin your wheels, so to speak. What's up, Totally Not Holden? I heard you were not Holden. Is that true? Blast Zone. Fuck! Blast Zone's a heater. Alright. Land's good. Blast Zone might be my least favorite land printed in 10 years. That and Beseiju, man. Giving lands the ability to do just insane shit is so stupid. Like, I don't understand cards like Blast Zone or Urza Saga. You know, they just feel very weird to me. All right, well, we drew the play with fire. Let's see if it's good. Okay. Well, we're gonna get him to 1. I probably missed a damage somewhere, chat. Maybe I should have attacked first. That didn't really matter. I guess I attacked first and then play Eidolon after. Playing the shock is bad. All right, float 3, float 4, 5, copy. What's happening? Why would they not copy first? I guess they don't need to because they already have 2. Feel the Dead? Yeah. Lands that have just insane abilities are just stupid. Lands need to not be so powerful. They're so hard to interact with. They've like eliminated the ability to stone ring people from Magic, and then they just make lands that are just completely fucking asinine. F6? I'm already F6. What are you talking about? I've been F6 for days. Hey! Everybody happy! Settle down, Streamlabs bot. Jesus Christ. Candy brick? Oh, that'd be good. That's a good idea for new emote. If anyone wants to make me a brick emote with a hollow background, I will absolutely add it. Alright, Seeker. Let me know how it goes, man. Don't ban Streamlabs. But seriously, though, go check out all that stuff that Ryan knocked out of the park there. Appreciate you, buddy. Walsh, who are they looking for? I'm sorry. I'm sure this is a joke I missed, so I apologize. I apologize. Oh, Jesus. Whoops. I'm gonna mulligan. I don't want to use Play with Fire as a way to make my hand slightly better. We're gonna keep and hope we draw a land. I'm gonna put back a light up the stage because there's a chance it doesn't do anything. Put us on 5 though. Just trying to help me pay the bills. That's true. That's true. Please don't ban Simic. Ryan, I just saw your message. That's fucking hilarious, dude. Temple Garden, huh? What does that mean? I like to lead with Soulscar over Swissbeer because just in general, you want to be able to play Swissbeer and more spells. Missing a damage here might come back to bite us in the long run, though. Thalia? Okay, I hope we draw a land so we can bluff the stomp / shock. Annoyed. Thalia is maybe the most disastrous card we could play against. It might be good later for us with Chain Boy. Shit. What if it's gonna pump itself? Yeah. Please attack. Please clap. I'm gonna bluff. This is a very bad block no matter how they block, if I have any shock. So now we get to 2-minute live this stage looking for land for Chain Boy, which might do some serious damage next turn. All right, found the mountain in the spike field. We're gonna probably not play spike field. We're probably just gonna chain it up. It depends though. Like if they put a counter here, then I don't know what we're gonna do. All right, so they're gonna protect the Thalia from that. Valky, God of Lies. Wonder if they have a way to cheat this, or they're just playing it as it is. So they say, as it lies. All right, they take my Chainy Boy. I'm gonna play defense for a turn and see what they do. I'm gonna stomp this maybe. Maybe that's horrible. It's fine. Maybe I should have played Spikefield as a land, but I need to stomp. I guess I'll just stomp whatever they target. Or EOT just stomp Thalia. They know I have 2 stomps though. Don't really care if that gets that bigger. They can't really attack. See if they play anything post-combat. So to me, this kind of signifies that they have another Thalia. Right? They're kind of giving it away here. And I'm definitely going to stomp this and block here, I think. Maybe I just take the 3. To me, this just seems like they have another Thalia, but if they play the other Thalia, maybe this is a Brave the Elements. It's going to block here. And then I get my Chain Whirler back. If they play another Thalia, we'll just chain it up. Charbon, stop, dude. All right, well, they're going to take my Chain Whirler. Now I'll go Swiss Fear Stomp attack, I guess. Or maybe just not care for a turn. They have to take the Chain Whirler because it just pops the Valky. JJ Rum, thanks for the follow. All right, we're just gonna fuck them up. It's gonna be hard to lose from this point, but anything can happen. They could just draw running lands into Cocos or something. They're at 11. We have Chain Whirler, Chandra, Double Bone Man. They drew the 3rd land. That's step 1. Now they can Reflector Mage and such. Extraction Specialist. It's just a Skyclave though, so that's good for us. I think it's Chandra. That gives us more mana. It's actually kind of hard for them to deal with, too. I'm out of mana, deal damage, and play Kamano. That puts them to 6. They're pretty low on life. They can't straight up kill the Chandra without a lot of help. They need, like, land Mantis Rider or land Coco or land double Luminarch Aspirant. And then their Luminarch Aspirants both died at Chain Whirler. This also kind of plays around a Thalia because I get to play some of my non-creatures. Scavenging Ooze. What the fuck is happening? So they're not really a humans deck. They're just a random 4-color Coco deck. So they're probably cheating Valky in some way that I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and play this as a 4/4 to maybe make their life a little bit harder. So they can grow the Scavenging Ooze 3 times. We'll probably block with Swiss Beard. Unless they play something pre-combat. I might just let Chandra die, because if they attack with Skoos, gain some life, they only go to 6. Leopard. Only after dark. Alright, so they're at 3, so if they attack, we flip Kamano. Alright, we're gonna be fine here, I think. Alright, both these go in there. I think that's fine. Swiss Beard is more important. So we can flip Kamano, play Swiss Beard. They have to trade. We get a 3/3. And if we draw anything, they're dead. They can't block a Swiss Beard here. So we get the 3/3 back. It's not super big, but they go to 1. That's a bad block. Might want to change your mind on that one. And now their mana confluence is turned off, kinda. We got 2 Bone Mans in Purgatory. Looking for a burn spell. Looking for a burn spell to make things spicy. Yeah, Skyclave's fine. It just puts them in a weird spot. We just need to draw anything last turn. We didn't, but we're not dead. We're doing okay. They're at 3. Light up the stage. So if we attack with everything first, we can light the stage for cheaper. This is going to eat this. This is going to eat this. They're going to go... If I play it pre-combat, we might find something and it buffs these. But we just don't get to play the Bone Man. But I think that's okay, because this gives us perfect information on how to attack. So we found Play with Fire in a land. Okay. All right, GG. But only after dark. All right, so we're going to bring in like all of our removal here. This is a matchup where Eidolon is heinous. Chain Whirler's good. Chandra's okay. Light of the Stage actually gets really weak when your opponent has a lot of cheap things to block and a lot of cheap interaction. But we want all 4 Rending Volley. I think we want the 3 Lava Coil and the Chandra. I think this is the plan. Light of the Stage Eidolon out for Rending Volley, Lava Coil, Chandra. Burning Hands, they had some green creatures, but not that many. Just the Scavenging Ooze, so I think I'm going to leave it out. But I think it's okay to side out Light of the Stage whenever your opponent has a shitload of blockers. Light of the Stage shines in matchups where your opponent doesn't have a lot in the way to block. Yeah, also Thalia, that's true too. Yeah, Mana Confluence just being embarrassing. 2013 all over again. It's so brutal sometimes, man. I really don't know what they're doing, because they're like a 4-color Coco deck, but they have Valky, and I just don't really know why. Just need to know. I need more info, you know? We're going to try not to burn the elf so that we can sweep it up with a Chain Whirler, but we'll obviously play a burn spell next turn if we have to. Rather target like a 2/2 though, some kind. Thalia doing Thalia things. I think if I attack, it's too likely I get blown out by them just blocking. Alright, this is fine. That's dead. We'll take 2. Now the Chain Man Cometh. It's time to play the chain game. Do I get greedy with it though? I can attack for one first. And if they do a block, I can go running volley this, eat this. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna offer the trade with the Swiss Spear and the Skyclave though. 1-1 versus a 1-2 prowess. And I get to clear their 2-2. I think that's fine. That also can't bring it back with the 1-drop guy or the 3-drop guy, so that's fine. All right. Very obvious Coco, but we have some things to do, so we're gonna attack with at least Chain Man. I think just Chain Man. Could potentially play double skewer, but I think I just want to chill. I don't want them to know how dead they are if they like take X damage, you know? So this is just like an Absent Coco. Did we see blue at all? Do we think they have Reflector Mage? Interesting. We saw just Temple Gardens, Wasteland Strangler. Oh no. That sucks. There's a sicko hit. I'm just gonna kill this guy. Alright, they only have one card in hand. We have 3, but it's all removal. We have a Den of the Bugbear, so I think we're slightly advantaged here. But creatures are usually better than removal. Tap Temple Garden. It doesn't feel like they have another Coco. I feel like they would have Coco'd and attacked. So we're just gonna coil this for 4 and then attack for 1. I really don't think they have a Coco. I feel like they would have main phased it to have some more info. So I think this is a fairly safe attack. Because they definitely want to attack if they can, right? I didn't find it. We're gonna triple skewer, I think. Gonna put them to 4, and then they're dead to Den of the Bugbear, and we have Running Volley for one of their creatures. Never Elite Spellbinder the mono red player, chat. It's not gonna work out for you. Another land. Probably good sign for me. No play, so it's either Coco or nothing. Probably nothing. I'm gonna attack for sure. We have a Running Volley to potentially prevent a block. We have Kamano. All right. Valkmira. This one's annoying. This is the backside of Rydane. Rydane is very good against this deck. Because of the backside, specifically. Alright, well. It gets a counter on it. So these 2 creatures next turn can win the game. I can also Running Volley my own illusion token to get a buff on the Soul Scar. Should I need it? That's a peel and a half. Maybe it's either a really bad one or a really good one. God damn it. Fucking Scavenging Ooze, man. I don't know if they can Wasteland Strangler me. Because that nothing's in exile yet. Oh, they can because of the fucking... Okay. I'm gonna Running Volley my own illusion token, I think. Maybe. I do want to save my Soul Scar if I can. This card is... Second time this card's come down against me today, and both times it was brutal. I don't think we can beat the Scavenging Ooze, though, so it doesn't really matter. Scavenging Ooze is just going to cold us. We didn't bring in Burning Hands. I think I'm going to bring in Burning Hands. Scavenging Ooze is just too good against me. This Wasteland Strangler shit's super annoying. No cards left. Nice peel. Nice Coco. Literally one of the only things that can get you out of it. Alright, well, we drew Chandra. That's pretty good. Because the 1 damage doesn't do anything, we're going to just look for cards off the top. Top card is Play with Fire. We have to go face. Oh my god, it has additional text. God damn it, dude. Didn't even know that second part. I've had this card in multiple decks. Played it in multiple decks, chat. Never seen it. Never seen that part come up. The backside doesn't get played that much. You want right in against like Blue Eye Control, but the backside is just brutal, man. Holy shit. If they attack both the Chandra, I think I'll block with both one-on-one. Oh no, now they put a counter on this. And both are threatening. I'm just gonna concede. Game's over now. That sucks. Yo! Monkey Brain, thanks for 6 months. That's how it goes to the leagues. Not bad, not bad. Today's been a fine day. I was getting my buns kicked earlier, but we're doing okay. All right, we're going to keep this hand, but it can easily spiral out of control if we don't draw any spells. Opponent's on the mulligan again. Hopefully we draw a creature to play on 2 to get the buff from Kamano. I might coil an elf on 2 if they play elf on 1, just to slow them down, keep them off of Coco for a turn or 2. I think last game had to go extremely wrong for me to lose. I thought I was extremely far ahead, and my opponent just found a way out, you know? Kind of sucked. All right, we didn't draw a creature, so we're just going to go ahead and Lava Coil. Any Fall Guys today? Probably not, Cody. The stream's going to be done after the next match, and the next match is right at around 5, so... No 2-drop, perfect. Maybe I shouldn't have burned 3 Skewer the Critics to face. I just thought that I would need to. I'm kind of glad I did, though. That Rydane backside would have been brutal. Skyclave me? That's fine. We're going to use the coil instead of the skewer because I value the ability to go to face, even though something like Scavenging Ooze later could get a little out of range of skewer. With Soul Scar now, I can also just shrink it, so it's not too bad. Wasteland Strangler, man. This is so fucking dumb. This card is so horrific. And every time my opponent plays against me, it's insane. Like, I don't know, man. Every time I've ever tried to play this card in a deck, it never does anything. But every time my opponent plays it, it's just fucking ridiculous. Here comes the Coco. That's arguably worse. If a source and opponent control would deal damage to you or permanent control, prevent one of it. Okay, so this is invalidated. I can activate the Den. It only does 2 damage. The Ramming apps don't target, but they also only deal 1 damage. I think we're just going to lose to this stupid Coco deck, man. This has to be a Coco now, right? What am I going to do? Not attack with Den? They didn't have it last turn, but maybe the Rydane was better? I don't know. Let's just hope they miss, I guess, or don't have it. Always have it. I just can't really beat this card, I guess, so whatever. Talia, okay, you win. I quit. I just can't beat this card. That sucks. Unfortunate run out. I really thought I was very favored to win game 2. I feel like I got really unlucky. I needed like an untapped land at some point, or a burn spell, or any spell on one turn. And then they had to draw exactly Scavenging Ooze or Coco into Scavenging Ooze. And their Coco was even better than it had to be because they had a 3/2 that was also a removal spell. Man. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to rewatch that game and see if I could have won somehow. Maybe there was a way. I feel like whenever you get your opponent to 1, there's always some way something could have done differently. Yeah, same for me, Greeny T. Same for me. All right, last match of the day, more than likely. Keep this hand. Sounds very good. Maybe it's a mistake to board out Eidolon in the matchup. But they have so many like ETB killets, you know, and they can turn the corner pretty fast. And then Chain Whirler just becomes a liability. Or sorry, Eidolon becomes a liability. All right, we're gonna try to save the elf for the Chain Man. Could have bought Eidolon just dealing some damage next turn. We could have gone Swift Spear Light to the stage, but that bottlenecks me into not playing Chain Whirler this turn. And I extremely want a Chain Whirler there this turn, especially if they're going to play Oath of Nissa into another elf. Oath of Nissa into elf into getting Chain Whirlered is just easily game over. Castle Garen breaks. That means they're also probably not doing the traditional mono green stuff. All right, main deck Scavenging Ooze. Don't love it. So they're probably playing the deck we played in the last league. I think I'm going to attack first. I don't think they'll block, but they might block Eidolon. And if they do, then I'm definitely okay with this trade. And I don't take a damage. Now, I could have done it pre-combat, but then they just won't block, right? And I actively want them to block because there's going to be creatures going into the graveyard immediately after. Werewolf Pack Leader, okay. So I think they're so far behind that they're kind of forced to block the Soul Scar if I attack with it. So I think the bluff is weak. So we're going to attack first, light of the stage, and then play multiple Prowess creatures probably. We'll play the non-hasted ones first. All right, so let's just play 3 of them, yeah? All right, any spell off the top is game. I will likely attack with everything, even if I don't draw a spell. Chirpins, I'm sorry. Come here. If you hide under my feet, you're gonna get booped. I'm so sorry. You okay? I accidentally booped her snoot. Vivian, I don't think this is gonna get them out of it, but they can kill the Chain Whirler. And now, if I don't draw anything, I'm just hitting them for 4. So I need to draw a literal anything this turn. Any burn spell would be fantastic. That'll do it. I mean, that's good enough. It's not lethal, but it puts them where their pack leader dies for no value, and they're at like 2. Two, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah. So we'll shrink the pack leader because we're not quite lethaling. And then that's gonna reduce it to a 2/2. Our thing will be a 2/3. And they'll take 8 down to 2. and then they have to beat the board plus a den if we draw a land, or a spell if we draw a spell. And the Vivian can just tick up only, so no harm, no foul. Spellfire, is this your build? This was Tim Wu's list, I think. Wu Ting's. I'm not sure if it's Tim Wu or if it's someone else that I'm thinking of. The Burning Hands are going to be good in the matchup. The coils are going to come in for sure. This deck is much more creature heavy than the other one, so those sideboard cards are going to be excellent instead of like potentially coin flips. Well, we only have the one Spellfire, so we're playing Chain Whirler as the primary 3-drop. Ooh, they have Nykthos plus a 2-drop that's free, so this is going to make 6. If this is just Voracious Hydra, we're fine. If it's the one Elder Gargaroth, we might be in trouble. All right, Hydra, so they're at 2, they're dead. Okay. They have 2 blockers, we have 4 attackers. This doesn't do anything. One answer to right hand's backside would be Stomp. That's true. Could have maybe drawn the Stomp. We'll just make it easy. Quick and painless. Alright. Burning Hands, Lava Coil. And Eidolon can come out. Light up the stage can come out. I wonder if we want these 3. Let's go a little bit bigger. I don't mind it. Chandra can minus and kill a bunch of stuff too. And if I have a flipped Kamano, it actually permanently kills stuff, which is nice. I'm going to keep... This is a great 6 without the Chandra. And with the Chandra, if I just draw some lands, it'll be fine. They didn't play an elf. Could be indicative of some things. We drew Hazarat. That's an awkward one. When we already have a 4-drop and no lands. Great draw. I'm going to play 2 Swiss Beers instead of playing Burning Hands. Because if they attack, next turn we can maybe go draw a land. We go Burning Hands, whatever they play to block. Attack and then skewer this post-combat. And we just get more pressure on the board. You want to get as many prowess threats on the board as you can before casting your interaction. Assuming that the interaction doesn't slow them down very much. 2-3 Hydra? Definitely take 2-3 Hydra. If they attack with Pack Leader, I'm 100% double blocking. Alright, I'm going to say go. We're going to try to debate them here into thinking we have not much. We're going to go Burning Hands into Lava Coil to clear and maybe kill this Vivian. We might have fucked up here, chat. We might have fucked up. If this is Koglo, we're maybe in some trouble. Gargaroth? Well, luckily we got the Burning Hands for that, so let's hope they just slam-a-lam a ding-dong with these 2 and think that the Gargaroth is good enough. Alright, now we're just going to coil this and attack, I think. And if we draw a land, we'll maybe skewer as well. I think Skewer the Voracious Hydra is good too, though. No blocks, interesting. I feel like that's a must block scenario, because if I have Shock, you're just probably fucked anyway. But I guess they're just playing around to have an extra thing for Devotion in case they have Burning Tree or something. I feel like if they have Burning Tree, they would win for a last turn. Does Old Girl Troll go to the yard before attaching to a force? If so, Hearst might be decent. It does, but I don't think that Graveyard Matters cards are worth sideboarding in situations like this, where they only have like one thing where it works. I think you'd rather just have cards that are just generically better in more spots. Another Voracious Hydra. This is going to eat something. It's only 4/5 though, so if we draw a land, we can Hazarat. That ain't it, Chief. Been talking with Torbrand and Obosh builds for late game. Yeah, I think there's a lot to be said about playing Torbrand, but I don't think Obosh is worth ruining your deck over. Although, like, the 2-drops are, like, the worst, so maybe just 1s and 3s, you could just play the Obosh for free. Like, playing Obosh might be better than playing Eidolon. I think Eidolon is complete garbage right now. Yeah, if we draw the land, we get a 6/5 Hazarat coming in. That'll be nice. It'll attack through most things. I really want to see if I can build a good Burning Tree deck. I had what I thought was a good start to a Burning Tree deck a while back. It just never really panned out. On a deep in the tank, floating a green. Probably trying to figure out some Nykthos math. So if they play Elf, it doesn't generate the mana off Nykthos, right? So this doesn't really matter too much. I guess they could play another Nykthos and then play a 4-drop. Maybe that's the play. Okay. Now the question is, do you plus or minus? Plus. All right. Well, if we draw a land, our Hazarat's a 6/5, which is absolutely miraculous. We didn't draw it. All right. If they want to ultimate, they cannot cast Ulamog, right? Let's see. 2. Look at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they could go get a 7-drop. I don't think it's worth throwing these two away to do that. So we'll just let them plus or minus it. Yeah, probably GG. I need to draw the land pretty badly. The Gargoth prob? Maybe. The list we were playing earlier didn't have a second in the sideboard, but maybe a second one in the sideboard's worth. The deck has a lot of garbage in the sideboard, like Tarask and, I don't know, Enraiser Forerunners. I just never see any of those cards matter. 7-drop could be Meteor Golem, could be Titan of Industry. Titan of Industry is probably game. Gains a lot of life, generates too much stuff. Nice, Francisco. I don't have any experience with those, but I play against them every now and then. They're pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. All right, game 3. Maybe cut the Chandra. I think on the play, I'm going to do the lights up the stage. Maybe the Hazards are just bad. Maybe I just want to be as low to the ground as possible because I just can't win late games. The Chandra is maybe okay for turning on the lights. I'm going to trim 1 light. We just don't want Eidolon in the deck. But Eidolon can just be more removable. We don't need to have all the 4-drops. They do get stuck in our hand a bunch because we were just very light on mana. We're going to keep this one. We're going to go turn 1 Kamano, turn 2 Swiftspear Slash. This is going to be an insane start for us. I might not slash. Because I want the Chain Whirler to get some value if I can. Yeah, I mean, they shouldn't have to concede, though. I saw your thing about that the other day. I mean, I don't know, man. If you want to play an infinite combo deck on a client like that, you need to just play it, you know? Do your thing. This has been like, it's nothing new, right? We've just been dealing with this for our entire lives. 20 years or whatever. Just having to Splinter Twin combo, having to do whatever. Yeah, Simic, I think that like Hazoret's better in like slightly bigger red decks, but it's kind of a weird one. Oh, I thought it was gonna be another elf. I was about to be real happy. Maybe it's another land and they go land elf, and then the Chain Whirler just colds them. Yeah, you were talking about how like they were like good luck in the rest, and but you were kind of thinking they were being dickheads, but I don't think they were being dickheads. I think it's okay to make my opponent play out their deck. Like if you choose to play the deck, that's your choice. But I also understand your side too, where it's like, oh, they're being nice, but they weren't being nice earlier. I don't know. It's just a very polarizing thing, I guess. We don't have a friend command in here, but you can add one if you want to, Ryan. All right, so they can nick those for 3 and play troll. All right, that should be game. Stomp this. Can double shock the troll, gets exiled. Hell of a draw. 5, 8, 10. Put them to 2 with a ramming nap, so they're dead to everything in play as well as the ramming nap if I draw land. I don't know. It was just like something in Spike's chat, I think. It's game 3 and I'm 100% making you actually kill me since the clock is no longer an issue. Yeah, I mean, I again, I don't think that's even what Fran's saying. Is there any world where I activate Den of a ramming app? I don't think so. So they can go up to 4, but then they take 4, but then the ramming app. So they need like, I don't know, multiple things here. I play one more land. That's nice. There's 1 creature in grave. There's 0 creatures in grave. The ramming app's probably lethal. I'm just playing it safe. Like, there's no reason to activate this until it's 100% safe. Right? You just always want to present lethal pressure and then force them to act first. If you can force your opponent to act first, you're in business. All right. So this is the mono red deck that we played through League just now, and I think this deck is fine. The things I do like, I like the addition of Chain Whirler. I think that Chandra Dress to Kill and Chain Whirler are extremely good against different matchups, and so splitting them makes some sense. What I don't like is Light of the Stage and Skewer the Critics while playing not a lot of Chandra Dress to Kills. I think Chandra Dress to Kill was one of the reasons why Skewer really came back in a big way. And if you're not gonna play 4 Chandra or even 3 Chandra, I guess, then maybe Skewer the Critics shouldn't be there. It wasn't as hard to cast as I thought it would be. My goal is to figure out something better than Eidolon of the Great Revel. I have found Eidolon of the Great Revel to be extremely lackluster in this format, and I don't really know what to change it out for. So maybe it's time to just play Obosh, Just cut Eidolon in the Lightning Strike, just play, a couple more Wild Slashes and Obosh on the sideboard, and maybe that's good enough. We have games